we got some work to do today, boys. So I've currently got the garage like halfway closed on a towel on the windshield of the Porsche because I'm trying to reduce the glare coming in from outside. But don't worry, the garage door is very light. It's very easy to pick up, so it's not gonna damage the car or anything. It's been a couple weeks since I put up a video, so I just wanna give you guys a brief life update. So my classes started shortly after the last upload, or maybe that went up week 1, I can't remember. My classes just started, and unfortunately this term I have 2 classes that have 3 midterm exams and a final. And so usually the way things go is like half my classes will have like 1 midterm and then a final, and then the other ones might have 2 midterms and a final, but I've never actually had a class, at least not that I can remember, that had 3 exams and then a final. So that's kind of unfortunate because it seems like I'm either learning something new and doing a homework or just prepping for an exam. So the uploads might not be as frequent as I want them to be. That being said, I'm still getting in a lot of work off camera. I was sanding the bumper and kind of changing the shape of things, just trying to get things to work the way I want them to. And things are coming along with that. So there will be another update about that soon. But this video is gonna be a little bit different because I need to make some much needed upgrades for the shop space, if you will, the garage, whatever you wanna call it, because I've reached a level with these projects where there's only so much I can do without having better equipment. So as I'm sure you guys saw from the title of this video, I recently bought a TIG welder. It's not here yet. I have a couple days, so in the meantime, I need to get things ready for that because there's also some other equipment that I bought alongside it. So today we're gonna be kind of cleaning some things up. I sold my old welder to a friend of mine, so I no longer have my old welding cart. I gave him the welder and the cart. So I need to find a new place for things like my vise, and a bunch of the welding equipment that was on the cart is just kind of like sitting here right now. So there's some cleanup to do. I think most of that can go on the new cart, but I need to assemble the new cart first. So I think for starters, we'll assemble that and then we'll clean up accordingly. I was actually expecting this box to be a lot heavier, but I guess it's kind of a compact cart. I can't really get an idea for the size of it. We're just gonna have to figure it out. I was worried this was gonna be like a really cheap thing, but it honestly seems like it's pretty nice. I mean, these are like powder coated or something. The wheels, I mean, you know, they gotta cut costs somewhere. These seem like they kind of suck, but that's just my first impression. Let's set it up and see how it is. So thus far, I've concluded that these instructions are basically no help. They came out of the box torn up, so that's beautiful. But I think just from looking at the pictures, I can kind of figure this out. So I think I'm just gonna kind of wing it and see how it goes. Alright, so I gotta say that was not very difficult to set up, and I think it's gonna work pretty well. It seems like there's a pretty good amount of room on the bottom shelf, and of course with this new setup, the welder is gonna go on the top. So I'm gonna show you guys the next thing that I went ahead and bought before the welder got here. So anybody who knows anything about welding will tell you, of course, that you need to have argon to weld, especially TIG weld, because with a MIG welder you might need like a different combination of gases, but my welder is no exception. So I went ahead and bought a giant bottle of Argon. This isn't the biggest bottle you can get. There's like the giant industrial one, but I was like, I don't think I need that. But I did get the middle-sized one because I figured I'm probably gonna waste a bunch of gas as I'm learning how to do this. So this will last me a good amount of time. I think he said it's like 4 hours of continuous welding. So hopefully that's enough to get me started. And of course, now that I have this, I can take it back to the welding supply store and exchange it for more gas when the time comes. So shortly after I bought the TIG welder, I realized that I didn't actually have a good place to TIG weld. So this box has a little folding TIG table. supposedly. I looked at some reviews. Some people said that these aren't the best for like if you're welding all day long, but because of just the way that my projects go, I think this will be a good starting place. Alright guys, so it's been a couple days. It actually kind of worked out that the welder wasn't here yet because I needed to study because I had 2 exams yesterday. The economy one went okay, but material science, brutal. That class is brutal. The new welder is here. I'm gonna open it up shortly, but already just having the box sitting here, I mean I watched a ton of reviews on it, so I already kind of know what to expect, but I mean you can tell that they put a lot of care into this sort of stuff, and the price point on this thing is pretty impressive considering its capabilities. So let's go ahead and open this up. Check it out, birthday boy.
Is that TIG, Mr. TIG himself?
Mr. TIG himself.
Mr. TIG.
In the flesh, there he is. We should put a hat on him. You like how it barely fits on the cart?
Yeah.
Look at this. I had to like bend the cart a little bit to get the feet to fit in there. And it's like, it's too long given the angle. Like if this was a flat shelf, it would have been okay. But since it's on this angle, yeah, kind of had to abuse the cart a little bit, but it's very solid. Honestly, it's more solid than the bottle, which is strapped in, so that's
going on.
That's cool. I mean, the thing is, I couldn't get a bigger cart than this because the next biggest one was like twice as wide and it wouldn't fit in my spot. So like, I was kind of screwed. I had to get this one. But I did think it was going to be a little bit bigger than that. I probably should have like gone on the website and looked at the dimensions for this. Also, happy 21st birthday.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, I should have iced you.
Should have.
I didn't think about it.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Oh well. Hey, the night is still young.
Very.
Like it's still daytime, so we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, this is everything that the welder comes with. We got a ball flow meter, which is pretty nice. Little gas line. This is the pedal and the cable that goes with it accordingly. This pedal is actually really nice. The some of the reviews that I watched from like 3 years ago, apparently this kit came with a different pedal that kind of sucked, but this one says prime weld on it. It's like pressed into the metal, so I think this might be their own. And it seems like it's pretty nice. So it has like the high frequency start thing, so you don't have to scratch start or anything like that. You literally just click it down. It sends some electrons flying, starts your arc for you, so you never have to dip your tungsten. And then you can also stick weld with this. Pretty nice. The ground has the little braided thing in there, which is pretty cool. And then one of the biggest things that appeals to me about this welder is you can run it on 110 or 220. For the most part, I'm going to be running it on 110 because most of what I weld is like tiny, thin sheet metal. But I was thinking to myself a while back, like, what if I just like installed a 220 outlet right there? Like, there's space in the breaker box for it. The thing is, though, I didn't really want to cut a hole in the wall. And then I realized that the the dryer runs on 220, and there's a 220 outlet back there. So if I really needed to weld something super big, I could just unplug the dryer, screw over my roommates who are trying to do laundry, and then I could weld something big. But for the most part, 110 is going to do the job. Apparently you can get up to 140 amps out of 110. That outlet seems questionable, but I don't think I'll even need that many amps. For most of the stainless steel I'll be welding, I need like 90 to 110 amps, so should be good for the most part. All right, so I've decided I'm gonna wrap this video up here. The next video is gonna be recorded before I even edit this one, so this is kind of like a two-part series. I just wanted to go ahead and unbox all the welding stuff before I went ahead and taught myself how to weld. So if you guys want to see the next video, just subscribe if you aren't already. I'll leave it somewhere maybe on the screen. I think it's that corner. I don't know. Somewhere around here, there'll be a part 2. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace out and dream big.